What's good, YouTube? NtrYandere here. You know the deal. I NTR dude. The girl went all yandere, so I had to get up out because that's a big no-no. And while I was getting about, I decided like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do for Friday. And guess what? It's Friday now, and that means I'm gonna do a quick anime review. But for this week, I'm gonna do the exact opposite of last week, was cute and romantic, with the Kaicho Wame-sama. Because this week I'm doing something that's gory, that's brutal, and that anime series is the infamous, deadly, gruesome Elfen Lied. I know some of you already seen it because it's a really popular series. It's a classic, but at the same time, I know a lot of people turn away from it. The reason why I'm saying people turn away from it is, like I said, it's very gruesome. You see limbs flying everywhere, heads being pulled out, blood is gushing all over the walls, the floors, on the characters. I mean, at first that pulled me away, but then I read comments and seen reviews. People say it's really good, so I had to give it a try, and I don't regret it. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I understand why it's a classic, and like I said, it's a classic, so it's really old. It's almost 10 years old. It's from 2004. So like you can see from the opening and ending things right now on the screen, the artwork is not the best, especially compared to what we're used to now currently from 2013 series and about to be the first spring of 2014. I mean, back then the artwork was probably counted as like high performance or something like really up there, but now it's pretty low. But discourage that. I mean, it's still a good series. The plot, very fluid. It goes from point A to point B to point C, etc., etc., really well. There's no hiccups. It does go to a little bit of like a tangent point where like they try to make Lucy fit into society when she's a different being, but that's not really something that goes against the plot. That just shows, it goes with the plot actually, because it shows development between the characters. So there's no real bad part about it. The plot moves really well. It gets really tense with the fight scenes, with how some of these characters are just dying and stuff. um Character development, like I said earlier, you see Lucy go through a big change. You see a lot of characters go through changes, but the one thing I don't like about the characters is the main male lead. He's not bad, just to me he was kind of boring. I mean, I don't know, he just doesn't seem expressive enough, so to me that's kind of a downfall. um let's see. Okay, if you, I really recommend this for people that like the whole gory thing, the whole action thing. But for those who have like a weak stomach and weak hearted, I don't want, like, no, this is, I'm not forcing you to watch this. If you have a weak stomach and you see this and you start vomiting everywhere, don't play me. I'm putting that out there right now. This is very gory. This is very intense. Okay, let's go to the ratings. Artwork, I really had to give this a low blow, especially to what I'm used to now. I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. If I did this back in like 2004, 5, or 6, something closer to the time, I could have easily give this like a 7 or an 8. But compared to now, because I know you can't just revert what you're used to back to 10 years ago. So if you watch this now, this is what you're used to now. So this, I had to give it a 5 out of 10. Plot wise, and solid 9 out of 10. It's just so well constructed. There's, everything gets answered and moves well. Yeah. Then overall rating, I had to give it probably about 7.5 or an 8. No, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for sure. The plot carries the artwork so well, and just the action itself, and just the whole intensity of the limbs being ripped off and stuff. It's just too good to give it less than 7 or any of those scores. It has to be at least an 8. I mean, it's one of the better classics that I know of. Yeah, so alright guys, that's it for today. It's been NtrYandere. You know how I go. NTR dude, because I want to fuck the girl. That's what NTR means. You fuck the spouse or the partner, whatever. And then when I do, the girl's gonna be all yandere. She's gonna become violently obsessed with me, and that's no. Nope, not dealing with it. I ain't about that life. No. And I'm gonna get up out, and when I get up out and I get back home, I'm gonna record another video for you guys. That's just how it goes. Alright guys, deuces.